What's up, traders? This is Vee Trades, and today I will be doing a technical analysis breakdown for MicroStrategy Incorporated with the ticker symbol MSTR. I will first be going over what I see on the daily chart and finish the video off with the weekly chart. This video is for entertainment purposes only. Please trade at your own risk. So before we begin, guys, we're going to do a couple call outs regarding what platform I use. The platform I use is called TradingView. It's one of the best ones out there, highly efficient, very professional. They do have a free version, but that version you'll have ads pop up and eventually it'll just lock you out. So that's why if you're going to be looking at charts, if you're going to be following the stock market or anything, you want to chart the cryptos, the commodities, the futures, the currencies. You can all do that through TradingView, and I do have an affiliate link in my video description below for a discount on the membership. Another thing to mention is that sometimes a lot of people get scared if the price drops. And that means that you're risking too much. So if you have too much on the line, yeah, you're probably going to not be able to sleep at night. Or you just lack conviction. So you have to understand what you're buying and where you think it's headed and where you're going to get out of your trade if it's not working in your favor, or if it just looks like it's a lost cause. So, I mean, just a reminder that, if you're risking too much, you're probably going to be scared. If you don't have enough conviction, you're probably going to be scared. If you're risking very little and you have high conviction, you don't even care what happens, right? But again, that's just a reminder that, who cares if it drops, because if you have the conviction and you're not risking that much, it doesn't even matter at the end of the day. Another thing to mention is that the most liked comment for the ticker symbol will get it done tomorrow. So again, I'll do the same thing again. Most liked requested video will get it done tomorrow. So I'll do a chart analysis and give you guys price predictions on that most requested ticker symbol. Last but not least, just be grateful for at least one thing in your life. I would say I'm grateful for being able to do this for you guys. It's very fun for me. When I started YouTube, I did it for 6 months and I didn't make anything, and I still continue doing it because I just like doing it. It's just very fun for me. I love looking at the market. This is a very amazing thing that you can see on the chart. So it's a nice opportunity to be able to chart. So just have one thing you're grateful for today. Let's take a look at the chart. So what's happened today? Well, it looks like it's basically flat for the day. So there's some indecision going on intraday between the traders. They're not really sure which way the price is going to be headed in the future. So we're seeing some indecision today. That's why the candlestick today looks like a little doji or a cross. So it's not really strong conviction either direction. Yesterday was a little bit of selling, but it's not as bad as it could have been. So overall, it's basically just flat. We've been going sideways since basically late November. So we do have swings in this trading range, this yellow trading range, but mostly it's flat. So not much else to say there for today's price action. Let's go intraday. You see that price is still above this bullish trend line right here that I drew off the swing lows. It's maintaining that bullish momentum, which is a good sign. And this long trade, this hypothetical long trade, is in the red a little bit. It's taking some heat, but as long as price does not get below the swing low at the 356, most likely the profit target will be hit at 469, 470. So that one still looks pretty good. Price is outside of this bearish trend line, which is a good sign. Looks like price broke it right over here, came back to back tested, finding some sort of support, and it can rally out of here. Also, another thing to mention is that I have this yellow range drawn on the chart. Let me go and move this stuff out of the way. There's a lot of things. Let's focus on this yellow range. This is important. So let me go and move all this stuff out of the way. We'll even move this. So we have this yellow consolidation pattern. You can see that when price got up to this consolidation pattern, it led to a large sell-off at the 407 level. Just like over here, led to a large sell-off. Over here, price broke out, led to a large sell-off. This time, price came back up to it, and it didn't really lead to a big drop. It's kind of small. So you have to look at the clues on the chart. It's showing me that there's a good chance we could see probably a breakout occur to the top side. So it looks like the bears could be struggling to drop down the price. So let's go put everything back on. So as I said before, this is the bearish target in play. This is all one large leg down. We saw a consolidation up. or a correction up in the form of two legs, one leg up right here, second leg up, perfect measure move target, which can lead to another leg down. So one leg down, two legs up, can lead to another leg down. That's targeting the 275, 276 level. So that's what the bears are trying to reach. So the keyword is attempt. And if you're in a uptrend, you don't want the bears to reach the target, right? That it's a good sign. So you basically trading is anticipation, right? So if you're in an uptrend, so price is making higher highs, higher lows. Well, where do you think want to buy? Why do you think that term buy the dip is so um, put out there so much into the society, right? Buy the dip, buy the dip, buy the dip. Why? Because you want to get in on the next move up higher. So we have a market making higher highs, higher lows. People say buy the dip. Why? Because they believe the trend will continue higher. So that's what basically they're saying. They're saying this is just the end of this is just a pullback, and the trend will continue higher, right? So in these type of trends, majority of people, they're probably just going to go long. Majority of traders are just going to go long. So they want to buy the pullback. So what you want to see is the pullback come to an end or fail to continue lower. So that's what this measure move means. The pullback is attempting to go down all the way to the 276 level. Why? Because this was the prior impulse. If the bears were able to make a move this large, there's a good chance they could do that in the future. But why is that happening right now? It's because there's a bullish imbalance. So it's actually a good sign that the bears are struggling to reach this target, which can mean we do the opposite, which is have a move up higher. Because the market at the end of the day is trying to take your money. You're taking money from someone's bank account and transferring it to your bank account. That's what you're doing at the end of the day. It's a zero sum game. So if someone's buying, someone is selling, right? One share is one share. One buy sell. One share of selling is one share of buying. So you can't have it any other way. So if the shorts fail to reach their target, what do you think that means? It's going to be a short squeeze, right? You're going to see a large move up higher. So it looks like they attempted trying to reach that target once right here. This was the first attempt. That was the drop. We saw a counter trend move by the bulls in this correction, and then another drop attempt for the past couple of days or yesterday again by the bears. So this was the first attempt that failed. This is the second attempt that looks like is potentially failing. If the second attempt fails, normally you'll see a strong rally develop from that. So again, it's not looking good for the bears. You have to look at both sides of the story: the bullish side, the bearish side, and even the neutral side. But as right now, it looks like it's stacked favoring the bulls. We have this bullish trend line right here. We have a measurement target to the upside for the bulls at the 470 level. And price broke outside of this bearish trend line, which is a good sign. Back tested for support. And overall, the major thing is that we are in a macro uptrend. So eventually, that pullback or correction will come to an end, and price will resume higher. So again, whenever price is not able to reach a target, especially counter trend of the macro trend, that's a very good sign. That means we can see a very large move up higher. Very similar to right over here. So this exact same pattern that we're seeing right now, or very similar, is that happened in the past. So where do you guys think I get this from? It happened before. So this is all one leg down right here. This was one leg up. Then we saw a drop. And look at this right here. Price was not able to reach the target for the bulls, which led to a large drop down because it was a trap. So you see that was the end of that pullback. Price started the second leg down. This was the first attempt to reach this target at $92 level that failed. We saw a correction up. This was the second attempt to reach the target, to reach the $92 level, and it failed. Because why? The support, horizontal support. There's probably other trend lines in play. And price, once it broke through, it led to the huge rally up. So once it broke through this trend line right here, this downward trend line, look what happened. It led to a massive rally after the bears failed to reach their target towards the downside. So we're seeing the same thing occur right now, where the bears are struggling to reach their target at the end of the day. So we'll see what happens. It's still in play. I'm not saying they won't get there. I'm saying it looks like they're struggling to get there, which is a good sign for the bulls. We are in this consolidation pattern drawn by this yellow range. So we'll see what happens. But as right now, looking pretty good. Most likely we're going to close neutral for today, possibly even a little bit lower. And most likely, I don't think by the end of this month, we're still inside that yellow range. I think we're going to break out either to the upside or the downside. Most likely towards the upside. Even if we break out to the downside, is this a top? I don't think so. I still think there's a lot of room to the upside. So even if we do see a drop to those lower price levels, most likely buyers will buy it up and drive up the price higher. So either way, there's a high probability we continue higher, either from right now or soon, or even if we do see a drop down, which is unlikely, I'm still expecting a continuation of the uptrend because uptrend is still in play. Why? Because we're still above these bullish trend lines. So overall, that's what I'm looking at for MicroStrategy on the intraday and the daily chart. Let's take a look at the weekly chart. Weekly chart, nice uptrend in play. Looking for that $1,500 target due to that measure move I got from this impulse right here. One leg up right here. Second leg up, targeting the $1,500 level. So that most likely will be reached sometime next year. I would say based on the trajectory that price is at right now, going to this level, it can get there probably within 6 months, I would say. Sometime before, I would say May or April, maybe May, April. We'll see because we're gonna have some corrections. We're gonna have some sideways trading like this that takes longer to play out. So you can have an impulse, sideways trading for several months, and then another impulse, or we can have a nice strong uptrend towards there. So it just depends. So the time is not as important as the price because it can take longer or it can take shorter to get to the price level. So that's why I like to analyze the price instead of analyzing the time, because sometimes the market, it'll take detours. It won't go directly towards destination. It'll take maybe some other route to eventually get there, which might take longer, might take shorter. So MicroStrategy still looking pretty good. Looks like just a very tight consolidation pattern. After a strong impulse, you expect continuation of a consolidation pattern, especially when a trend is not as mature. This is not that mature of a trend because why? Bitcoin is in its bullish cycle, and that has a lot of room to run. So I'm expecting MicroStrategy to be very similar to Bitcoin. So all that for MicroStrategy on the daily, weekly charts. You guys have any questions? Please leave in the comments. Please leave it down below in the comments. And most likely, I'll give you guys an update next week, Monday. This is Vee Trades, and thank you for your time.